freaking crap, everybody! Holy freaking crap! This is huge! Oh my god, this is awesome. This is the best news I've heard in quite a while. Alright, so in case you haven't heard by now today, my most anticipated game of the year, Batman Arkham Knight, the finale to the Arkham trilogy by Rocksteady, is going to be rated M for mature. The very first Batman game to do so. That, holy shit, I'm so fucking excited for that. Oh my god. I'm so excited for that. And this report, and I hope this is true. I really hope this is true. One, because I have waited years for someone to come out with something mature related to Batman, be it like a movie, because like a lot of these movies, especially like the animated ones, especially like something like Assault on Arkham, that could have easily have been rated R. I mean, in my mind, that is an R-rated film that got slapped with a really puzzling PG-13 movie rating, because it's animated, so I guess that makes it better. But we've never seen a live-action film that was, a Batman film that was rated R. And the closest we got probably was the Dark Knight, because that was really fucking violent for a PG-13. And I also thought, you know, Arkham City came pretty close. It did. So did Arkham... Not Arkham Asylum came really close, but Arkham City almost was at that point. If they had just included a little bit more bloodshed, that probably would have pushed it there. But this news that Arkham Knight is rated mature, according to the founder and director of Arkham Knight, so you're getting this straight from the horse's mouth, so I really doubt this is bullshit. And it's an interview with a top gaming website, with IGN, so this is not just some, like, rumor from, like, one of those, like, clickbait gaming sites out there. No, this is real. This is happening, guys. This is happening. A studio has finally realized the potential, is finally going to realize the potential of an M-rated Batman game. That is huge. Now, before I move on to the article, my biggest concern with this, though, and I'm going to take every news like with a little bit of grain of salt, or a little bit of skepticism about it, is because I don't, like, and they even specifically say, address my concern, but I'm just going to say it just for the record. I don't want them to go, like, excessively bloody. Like, I don't want the villains, like, killing people, like, every 5 minutes, or, like, goons shooting random people left and right. I mean, I want it to be violent, because it is, like, the finale. I want it to be the darkest one, because if they're going to end this trilogy right, it needs to go to dark places. And that's exactly what the quote is from the game director. But I really hope they just don't excessively, push it out there, like, oh, we're just gonna make it M for mature now. We're gonna have the villain say fuck every so often, and we're gonna have Batman accidentally killing people and stuff like that. I really hope that doesn't happen. I hope more that the M for mature content comes from like the massacring, like, of the cops, because in the trailer, one of the first trailers, it is pretty grim seeing, like, the cops getting killed and innocent people die. I hope it's more from that, and I hope they don't push it to a degree where it becomes, like, depressing and ugly and violent. I really hope it retains, like, that, like, what this game does really well, that I feel like people have a problem with, like, with the Nolan trilogy, is that it feels a lot more like a more mature version of the animated series, where it helps having, like, Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy involved as well. But you have, like, that vibe, and pushing it to that degree could really unlock some, like, really interesting stuff in Batman if they were really willing to go there, which I'm pretty sure this is what's going to happen. So I'm gonna read what the director said, and this is from IGN, so I'm gonna post the link in the description section. Alright, so this is what the game director had to say. So, from our point of view, we never wrote it or made it with a rating in mind. We never did that in the previous two games. We just felt that this is the story that we really wanted to tell. In terms of creating the story with such strong characters, sometimes they lead you in interesting directions. They lead you because you know who they are and you build the world around that. And he also says, as the end of the trilogy, we have every villain in Gotham working together to destroy Batman. Fuck yeah. It's unavoidable that some bad stuff is going to happen, but that doesn't mean we changed our approach. We're not including gratuitous blood or swearing. We want to deliver a true end with no compromises, and it takes us to some dark places. Now that is the quote that I am impressed with the most, is that this is, in a day and age where so many studios want to cop out and go for like the mass market approach, this is a team, a very talented, smart team that is willing to take a risk for their art. That I fucking love. This is why I respect the hell out of this studio. And I love that quote. We want to deliver a true end with no compromises. Absolutely no compromises. And that I fucking love. And he also says, themes are more mature to some extent. At the same time, it's balanced as it's always been. This isn't the case of stripped down Batman. In the case of Arkham Knight, Batman is at his peak and most powerful. That's why they also have to push him harder than before. You still get the power fantasy of being the Batman, but to counter that strength, the supervillains are going to fight dirty and take him to dark places. See, that's where I'm hoping the mature rating comes from, where it's like the villains doing, especially like Scarecrow is in this, and the Arkham Knight potentially taking it to like some really psychological stuff, really dark, dangerous psychological stuff, especially with the fact that Batman is still coming to terms with like the death of the Joker and the death of Talia al Ghul. And according to this article, the game director received an email from Warner Brothers, and because they did a ratings analysis on Arkham Knight, and they pointed out scenes that will cause, quote, issues, unquote. So this is his response to that. I was really freaked out because the solution was to lose the scenes, Hill said. But they were key scenes. We couldn't lose them. I got the email. I'm freaked out. I thought this was going to destroy the game, everything I'm passionate about. I was building myself up for this big argument. I didn't get much sleep. And I got on the phone the next day with Ames Kirshen, the VP of production at Warner Brothers Interactive. The first thing he asked me was what I wanted to do. And it goes on from the article to say, so Hill told him, and that was that. So I applaud Warner Brothers for being a very not like compromising, but letting their studios do their thing. You know, just letting them go all out, no matter, even if it does, there's another quote later that I'll read, even if it does lose some of the audiences, which a mature rating will definitely raise some eyebrows among parents. So, you know, I applaud Warner Brothers Interactive for doing this. This is a sign of a really great publisher that just has full faith and confidence in a product. And especially, they should have full faith and confidence in Rocksteady by now. They've delivered us 2 amazing Batman games. Like, really, the only 2 Batman games that I would even consider masterpieces out of any of them. And like, are must-plays. And if they feel like they need to go somewhere darker, treading in that M-rated territory, then let them at it. If it delivers a satisfying ending, something that will be memorable and legendary throughout the ages, absolutely. Let them have it. That's what Warner Brothers is doing, and I applaud them for that. This decision. And it goes on to say, one potential downside, blah blah, to earning the M rating is that nobody under 17 can buy the game without the help of an adult. Hill was aware of this, but he said keeping the game, quote, mass market, unquote, wasn't the correct solution. Thank you. And he goes on to say, I'm not blind to the fact that the mature rating does mean some fans will miss out. I don't want to be oblivious to that fact. It would have been wrong to water down the game and deliver a story we didn't believe in to keep the game, quote, mass market, unquote, or enable it for most people. We feel that's the wrong way to go about it. We said we love the story and we don't want to jeopardize that. So, reading this, like, if I was ever, like, dancing that line between, like, deciding between Witcher 3 or Arkham Knight as, like, my most anticipated game of the year, boom, right here. This is what sets it apart from The Witcher 3. Because you know The Witcher 3 is going to be gory, have lots of sex and nudity in it, and swearing. But Batman, a mature, rated Batman game that is uncompromising in its storytelling. Yes. Absolutely my most anticipated game of 2015. I cannot fucking wait to play this thing. And it's less than 100 days. I'm literally counting this. It's less than 100 days to go. And June 2nd feels so far away, but I know it will be here in the blink of an eye. And until then, I cannot wait to play this game. And last thing, even if it is rated mature, kids are still going to get it. Kids are still going to get it because parents are going to see, oh, it's Batman. I mean, maybe they might raise an eyebrow or two, but, they'll buy it anyway. It's Batman. Like, Grand Theft Auto 5 is probably the most hard M rating I've seen, and that is, like, the highest grossing game of all time. It made billions in 3 days. So, yeah, don't worry about mass market. Don't worry about watering down your game. Let it be amazing. Never compromise. That's what I want to say to a lot of publishers and developers out there. Take this approach that Warner Brothers and Rocksteady are doing. Do not compromise. Do not compromise. And props to DC as well for letting them go through this. Because, I mean, probably there was some concern. I totally understand that there's concern about releasing a mature-rated Batman game. But with a studio with this kind of pedigree, let them at it. They could deliver like the most amazing, mind-blowing conclusion ever. And I have my predictions how it's going to end, and I hope I'm right. And if I'm right, I will come here. I will record this review. I will record that review singing the praises of this game. It will be the exact opposite of how I was with Watch Dogs in the Order 1886 recently. I will come here. I'll be like in tears as to how good this game is. So, do not Rocksteady, do whatever you want. I'm sure it will be amazing. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about Batman Arkham Knight being mature rated. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a good one, guys.